everybody, welcome back to the All Nations Hotel here for another edition of the Friday Front Bar. Thanks to the magnificent Brewery Fresh Carlton Draft.
Boys.
There you go. What a week.
What happened? I'm just going to fill me in. What was the big news?
Come on, where do you start?
Where do you want to start? Is it the 2.5 billion, not million, billion that the game's got out of its next raft of TV rights, or is it the hurdy? Where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with the 2.5 billion. That's a lot of money to go into the football community. I'm hoping some of that will trickle down and affect us here at the front bar. I don't know how it'll manifest itself. Maybe a bowl of peanuts or maybe long necks. Where's all the money going? I don't know where all the money's going. Bobby, any ideas?
No cashier, Mick.
Yeah, Bobby's all hands.
It's a fantastic thing for the game. It underpins the clubs, the 18 clubs, for the next 6 or 7
years. And
years.
could possibly pay for Hurdy's payout. That's 2.5 billion. I mean, that's probably about right, isn't it?
Can you break it down for me? Who's got the games?
Channel 7 have 3.
Yep.
And I believe another special of Cats Make Us Laugh from the internet. which will probably outrate them all.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, that's the way we look at it.
Hey, did you hear the story? You know, they were an hour and a half late in announcing on the day. It had nothing to do with Essendon. It's a true story.
Yes.
Rupert Murdoch, right, is on some internationally timed, time-sensitive diet. So he has to eat. This is a true story. He has to eat at certain times in the day to maintain his body's time clock. And he said, they said, right, we're ready to go. And Murdoch says, no, I've just got to go and have a feed. So everyone's looking at one another going, is he feeding him? And they all had to wait while Rupert Murdoch went and had a steak sandwich or whatever he eats. I don't know what he eats, but that is a true story.
I think if he's on a finely tuned diet, I don't think a steak sandwich is on the menu, by the way.
I'm not talking about he's eating alfalfa. What I'm saying is he has to eat at certain times.
Guys, can we just wait 10? Rupert's tummy's rumbling.
But apparently that's why it was late. Now, I haven't had that confirmed by anyone yet. No,
even my pub stand. That's a sin bin.
That sounds made up now.
No, that's coming from a Channel 7 insider. So.
And how vindictive is James Heard? How much does he hate the AFL, I have to say? Because this is their big announcement.
Yeah, bigger.
The biggest in their history. It involves Gil McLaughlin. And he goes, you know, Aldo, get to page 7, you idiots. And there he was, the front, wasn't it?
So what's your theory? What's your theory?
He just came out and thought, I'm not going to have any good news on my watch. I'll come out and fall on my sword.
Here's a paper. Heard. Jeez, I'm going to miss Tanya, by the way. Heard. Look at this. Oh, Danny Green's still fighting, do you know that? Heard. Biting. Batgirl died. That's unbelievable.
I had no idea.
Valet.
No, one of the big talking points has always been that Hurdy's never apologised. This is rubbish. This is total rubbish. He made an apology more than 15 years ago, as far as I'm concerned, about this very issue. Don't you remember it? No. What more does the guy have to do? This was the most fulsome apology I've ever heard before the whole event happened.
I'd like to apologise to our supporters. We let you down and that's one we've got to live with. Thank you.
I ask you.
A man of great credibility and integrity, I put to you.
You've got the timeline for me? From my understanding, on Monday night, Hurdy put in his resignation and Essendon accepted the resignation. WADA are appealing the decision. I don't know if you knew that. But,
look, I don't care what you say about James Heard and his responsibility and his lack of apology and all of that, but there's a human being at the end of all of this, and you know he had a lot to say the day he announced, and I thought he was beautiful the way he spoke about some of his players.
I have a lot of friends in that playing group. You know, I started playing with Dustin Fletcher pretty much the same, and you know, we're very close friends. I picked Joe Watson up for his first ever training session. He was late, and we got in trouble from Sheeds because we're both late, but I won't hold it against him. You know, I can go on and on. David Zaharakis, although I kick him up the backside for maybe being a bit soft in a contest now and then.
What? I'm not sure about that.
Even when he's looking back lovingly, he still sounds slightly bitter.
You're wondering now whether there's going to be a player exodus in Essendon, whether the players who are playing for James Heard are likely to leave. The stuff about Jake Carlisle coming off... Well, he's been saying to players apparently from opposition teams, oh, this joint's no good, I can't wait to get out of here. And last week he comes off the ground, and when he's coming through the interchange gates, he screamed so loud that people in about the fourth row could hear him say it. He said, this club's Yeah.
Interestingly enough, that's exactly how Paul Little opened that press conference the other night. It's virtually exactly the same. That's what he said.
You can't be doing that sort of stuff.
It's not all bad. There is some good news out there, and there's a lot of clubs enjoying football at the moment. The Sydney Swans are going great. And a young bloke called Isaac Heaney. You've been following his antics? I'm pretty sure he was on a first date in the rooms. Have a look at this. Now, has this got all the awkwardness of a touchy? Watch out, my shirt's not on. We just need those old blokes to go. Now, come here, touch me on the hand again. Look, you know what I mean? Like,
is that lipstick on his cheek?
Well, either that or it's been playing on Maston. I can't say for sure, but look, no, let's take a selfie together.
Well,
just gives me a chance to get in close. No, this is good, Andy. This is young love in bloom, as yet unrequited. Here, come on. Get in there, young fella. Oh, no, it's touchy. I love it. Is there a chance just for...
Oh, look at this.
Steady on.
What's going on here?
Get the bass player out.
Where's Horseman? Where's Horseman? You know?
Stop it. Get away. We'll come back later and check in on that.
You're telling me that's not over?
That's not over by a long shot. We'll check in.
Well, where's it going to go from there?
Well, who knows, Andy? I know you're in uncharted territory. Right, now...
Hell of a derby on the weekend. I mean, we were talking about Dale Kickett last week and missing him, but geez, the boys carried on the finest traditions over there on Sunday afternoon.
Is that what you call it?
This is where it all started, by the way. You know that, don't you? Anything funnier than mascots just doing anything?
I just love it.
I reckon the Eagle got really shirty, and I reckon he wanted to have a go here. I reckon it was on.
You know what would be funny if we went out and they were in the car park?
That was all that was a bit of fun, but this was.
You don't see this every day. Subin getting bitten by Maston.
No, you don't.
So it's pretty clear cut. So you know when one of them gets up and says he bit me, right? So there's not even. But biting should get 8 weeks.
Well, it should get a minimum 5 or 6, I reckon, depending on the severity of the actual puncture marks.
I reckon he should be put down. That's what happens in the real world. You bite someone and you get put down.
What did he actually get?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Why would this stop anyone doing it in the future? I'm saying this.
Stop yourself.
We are not far off teams having club dentists on the bench, right?
You've got a club doctor and a club dentist.
Club and a club dentist. They run out, and that would be tough for Channel 7 because they wouldn't be allowed to show his face on TV. But I'm telling you, we're not that far off because 2 weeks is not enough. You got to set a rule.
I think we need to harden up a bit. I think if you're going to have any issue with biting on the field, probably this guy's got a serious issue. You know what I mean? I think the player code's well gone there.
I want to say one thing. That shark has had a shocker. You think about it.
Yes.
He's playing at home. Conditions they're perfect shark conditions. He's got the element of surprise. And he's a shark. Just want that on the record. That shark is an embarrassment.
Okay. That shark has to come back through the twos. That is serious.
Mate, he needs a break. Like we said earlier, it's been a big week of news with the TV rights, herd, biting and everything. You know what it's overshadowed?
What?
Melbourne's first win at Etihad since 2007. Look at that.
Wow.
I missed this game. It's generally one of the few games that I've came across during the season where I actually was disappointed that I missed it. And the great thing about this game too, Mickey, there were less man bums than at a Carlton game. You know that?
I have to say something. I was a little shocked and disappointed at some of the behaviour. Here we are on the forward line. No beg your pardons. Girls going in hard. Now, bang, you can see it there. Now, let's go in closer and have a look. And have a look and whack! And then a little punch to follow. Have a look. It's the 1-2. And there it is. And whack! That's what we like to see.
That's what we like to see. Tell you what, she would have had the trifecta if she'd bitten her. She'd corkied, punched, and that was magnificent.
Yeah. Do you mind if we just go back and have a quick look back to the change room? See how Isaac Heaney's...
Oh, look at
Zach, get a room.
What's happening here? Look, everyone else is gone. Look, you can see them. They're actually having a look. We're on their own here. Come here. Come here. No.
Come on.
Hang on, you lot.
Do you think she's got clout?
Oh, stop it. We'll have to come
Mickey,
back. We'll
lucky,
come back.
lucky that rope's there.
Round 21's upon us, boys, and some big games. Of course, Saturday, the traditional rivals, generally a few Donnybrooks in the crowd.
This is going to be a big one, and luckily they get the gate because they're a struggling minnow club now up against the mighty Richmond. And a big announcement at Collingwood this week, they've finally renamed their centre, which is called the Holden Centre. It was fiercely contested for the names. I think at one stage they were going to go with Correctional Centre, possibly Remand Centre. I think that was an idea. Reject Shop.
Hey, back on Tuesday, when all hell was breaking loose everywhere and the big positive announcement about the TV rights, there were two blokes standing up in Sydney doing a press conference about the Battle of the Bridge.
There it is there.
Got a little bit overshadowed in the backwash. Not meant too many people talking about it, but this is an emerging rivalry and a big game this week between these two. The Giants still think they're a bit of a chance of playing finals footy.
It is a big game. Who's playing?
Well, I wonder how Isaac Heaney's going to play because I tell you what, he's leaving nothing in the locker room right here and he's still at it.
Wow.
Look at that.
He'll be exhausted.
Tell you what,
Jeez, what?
I've been married for about 12 years, mate. I couldn't talk to my wife for that long, by the way. That's obviously a new relationship.
Brisbane Lions taking on Adelaide. Big game for the Crows. I mean, not so much for the Lions at this particular point. The season's fairly well cooked.
Brisbane Lions haven't had a big game for about 5 years, by the way. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, I wonder if it's got anything to do with their preparation. Have a look here. They are having a look at a big board. They don't look entirely into it.
It's like a canvas of some sort, Mickey.
It is, and they're kind of a little confused. They don't know quite what to make of it.
What are they looking at, Mickey?
There it is. So it's Warnie's, which he's commissioned. Now, let's talk about this for 1 second.
My God.
Warnie's commissioned a painting, and it's one of those paintings where you have your fantasy barbecue, in his case. Your standards there, your Elvis, your Sinatras, your Marilyn Monroes, but then he's got a few others which are worthy of some kind of discussion. Angelina Jolie down the front. I was happy to learn it was Angelina Jolie, because at first I thought it was just some chick he'd met on Tinder. He's got JFK over there.
Yeah.
I thought he would have been a Clinton man myself. And he's got Sharon Stone, who disappointingly is standing. Just didn't have it. Have you noticed anyone?
Well, I would have thought that far right that Aaron Hamill's a little bit lucky to be there. I would have.
Would you, if you were doing that, who would you have in yours? Who would be at your fantasy barbecue?
Well, I'd have you two. I'd have Isaac Heaney, by the way. That's all right.
Do we have Isaac? Let's go back to Isaac Heaney.
Oh, look at he's still going.
Oh,
no.
What's going on?
This is where a club official has to come in and just put him straight.
Geez, this is first date, isn't it? And,
Oh.
That's what.
So you'd hear us.
No!
No!
The worst thing about that? That was at half time.
Very good.
There you go.
We're done. All right, boys. It's been fun.
yeah, good
work.
That is another edition of the Friday Front Bar. Done
Cheers.
and dusted here at the beautiful All Nations Hotel. Thanks to the Brewery Fresh Carlton.